When a ship sinks, it's already a big financial hit. But if it had valuable cargo inside, the losses become unimaginable. For instance, this ship sank off the coast of Georgia while carrying over 4,000 cars. Since it couldn't be salvaged whole, they had to divide it into sections and lift them up one by one from the seabed. It's scary to even think about how much money the shipping company ended up losing. In China, a driver thought that he could easily pass under a bridge because he'd done it before. But this time, he was hauling a huge airplane. Thanks to this mistake, he learned the hard way that with such a load, you gotta take a different route. Let's just say it was a costly lesson. The chances of the tree falling on the car were slim, but the person in charge was really good with his aim. They're acting like they've been waiting for an excuse to get rid of the car. The guy was really careful while unloading the container, but he totally forgot about balance. The cops parked their car in a way that didn't give the truck any options. This mistake ended up costing them not just money, but also their good name. The guys arrived after the accidents on the highway to tow away the racing Ferrari, but ended up causing even more damage by mistake. These guys are used to working in risky conditions. They gave the excavator too much to handle. The company was transporting huge concrete beams. Half of the transportation went smoothly, but then things took a turn. I wonder what they said when they came back and asked for one more beam. The rocket launch in Japan ended in a major failure. The engineer explained it was automatically self-destructive due to technical problems. Even from a distance, it still looks kinda creepy. The job was to demolish the old storage facility without damaging the adjacent white building. The cameraman's silence spoke volumes. Parking so close to the spot where they're taking down the chimney is obviously not a smart move at all. The last thing you want to see when coming home from work. He spent 6 minutes trying to dock the yacht, and here's what happened. I bet the owner of the other boat will vote to take away the show-off's license. Here's what happens when you ignore warnings from emergency services and drive out onto thin ice. And mind you, that's not all. On that day, a total of 15 cars went under because of reckless drivers. Whoever thought that it was a smart move to fly a 3-ton glass plate by helicopter in such bad weather didn't appear to have high hopes for it turning out well. I bet this pilot has never won a toy from a claw machine. Brr. Woo. That was an expensive lesson, but now she be sure to aim better. He'll never let his mum drive his car again. Can't even imagine how she ended up in this situation. There's probably a good reason why nobody's jumping to help her flip the car and get back on the road. This is why you should drive a car with a low suspension, only if you can see every bump in the road. Everything seemed to be going well until this point. The poor plane never made it to the scheduled training session. Dreamer was thrilled to receive a free computer, but his joy lasted only a couple of minutes. They came up with a great plan to get the car out, but something went wrong. Wonder if they'll get another tractor unlike the rope these guys had nowadays. You should only keep cash if you're certain your place will never get flooded. Here's what it sounds like when you suddenly lose hundreds of thousands of dollars. But when the locomotive finally did break, the cost of the damages had already reached around $1 million. Talk about a costly mistake. And here's what it looks like. If you've been waiting a while for your order, it's because there are some hiccups with the logistics. When things are like this, making a wrong move could just make it all worse. Trains need some time to come to a complete stop, and that engineer probably prayed for it to happen as quickly as possible.